A great day to you, great TBCians. I wish you a splendid day ahead wherever you are tuning in to today's TBC broadcast. My name is Olugbemi Shokunbe. I found this article somewhere and I found out that it is educative and enlightening. And for that I decided to do a broadcast with it, and that is to give us a more light, to give us a clarity into the potentials which TBC as a coin holds, and the potentials of the present and the subsequent holders of TBC, and to also gear us into sharing the vision of Mr. Abundance to make a TBC economy viable by 38th of November 2019. I mean 38th of November this very year. So that is actually against the first day of January 2020, which was earlier declared by the TBC admin. So for that, I titled this very broadcast the Clarion Call, that is our TBC Clarion Call. So it simply means that we need to work towards actualization of our TBC economic stage within the said time frame. I mean from this time, this month, which is June 2019. Then having it been established by that 38th day of November, which is the last day of November, which will be the last day of our redemption of cookies for the year 2019. So that day also has been agreed by a majority of TBC community, according to what Mr. Abundance initiated, that we should have our economy being established by that very date. All right, so let's get into it proper. All right, we should understand that the 1 billion euro currency is our TBC, and we will definitely govern the world, God's willing. So understanding that also is that TBC will be the governor of currencies in the mega digital revolution of markets and of everything that involves monetary exchange. So this is powerful in that even banks and shops are already accepting TBC in such places, in such countries like Philippines, like Thailand, like Ghana, and the likes of Nigeria. In addition to that is that when we look into the value which TBC holds, I mean counting, it means that a billion means we writing one, and after it then we include 9 zeros. That is we then put zeros in 9 places after the one, and that implies that anyone who actually endeavor to possess or to hold at least 1 TBC coin today will be a billionaire tomorrow. And this tomorrow, according to initiation of Mr. Abundance, we start by 38th of November 2019. And Mr. Abundance, which I actually mentioned, is of the real name Stephen Williams, and is actually a Ghanaian. However, is currently living in Cameroon and is one of the leaders in the community of TBC. So far, according to him, and what I've actually learned from him, is that the community of TBC has been somehow, conditioned. I mean, conditioned as regarding mindset, which I could as well, say is a sort of a limitation. And apart from that, he made us understand, or rather he made me understand, that we shouldn't be the wandering majority. We need to actually take the bull by the horn and then stand up for our economy. We need to start reigning our economy come 38th of November, starting 30th of November 2019. And I, for one, I actually totally buy his ideas, and I love his way of thinking. So I won't say that I will we proceed. So here are certain other critical points that give a definition to cryptocurrency. Certain critical points that are actually defining cryptocurrency. So one here is that a cryptocurrency is an electronic money, a digital token, and for that it can be exchanged over internet, or it can be used for exchange of internet of things. So a cryptocurrency is actually used to conduct online financial transactions on a basis of a peer-to-peer almost instantly within a computer network. And the way it is now is not only limited within the computer networks, even within the mobile phone networks too. And that's facilitating sending of money to anyone, just like one is sending emails. And another one is that for this gradual there's appearance of a traditional paper currency. Okay, in case you do know, if you are a new in the community of a TBC, or you just stumble on this video somewhere, then understand that there has been a gradual disappearance of a traditional paper currency, which is also known to be the fiat currency. And for that, it is the crypto that is already dominating, and I will tell you that crypto will undoubtedly be tomorrow's currency. And for that, in China, it happens that at present 70% of the population go around with mobile money. What I mean by that is phone money. So they are going more of a cashless. So the way it is, 70% of the population already are going cashless, and what they spend majorly in China today is phone money. So we should understand that this occurrence will result into a greater business opportunity for anyone who cares to make a safe, or who banks on a long-term investment as concerning cryptocurrency. And in addition to that is that it has a distinction. I mean, cryptocurrency has a distinction in that it is of a decentralizing currency, or it has a decentralizing nature, meaning that it is not being controlled by either a state, not by any government, or not by any sort of a bank. So traditional currencies develop on the margin of a trust. I mean, they are develop on the margin of a value of other currencies. What I'm saying is that a traditional currency, a paper currency, fiat currency, derives its value from comparing it with other currencies of value that altogether depends on the law of supply and demand when referring to commodities. I mean, commodities such as gold, commodities like silver, like marble, etc. And that is we talking about the purchasing power of such a currency. And in addition to that, the same is also coming into place as concerning crypto money. And another point here is that the cryptocurrency of our TBC coin, as it is being designed, it is the billion cryptocurrency, because it is actually being programmed that way to obtain its value from the population of the adopters of it, that is the TBC community, by 2020. So then we have 1 TBC to be equal to 1 billion euro currency. By the year 2020, we will have 1 TBC coin to be equal to 1 billion euro. And we should also understand this, that TBC was launched on March 21st, 2016, and that was in the country of Philippines. So, and As at today, it has actually conquered up to 15 countries of the world, which include the likes of United States, United Kingdom, China, Nigeria, Ghana, Singapore, South Africa, Hong Kong, India, Malaysia, Cambodia, Pakistan, Turkey, Vietnam, and Italy. So contrary, to what anyone might think, the value of a TBC coin has actually, grown at an amazing rate since it was actually launched. And itself, having nothing to do with Bitcoin. I mean, TBC does not have anything to do with Bitcoin growth. However, there is a little bit, connection or relation to Bitcoin, in the sense that TBC was the one that actually, brought in certain revelations, certain, consciousness, to Bitcoin in the minds of the people. I mean that TBC, brought Bitcoin to the limelight, in that when TBC admin decided that there should be a sort of a registration fee that is being paid, for one registering into the community of a TBC, and that activity and others, which followed, actually, brought Bitcoin to the limelight, and it TBC made it, to be known the more. All right. So here are the facts and the figure as concerning TBC. I mean, as per how the value of it has actually, grown over, the years, over, this span 3 years so far. It was actually launched. TBC was actually launched on the 21st of March 2016, and as at that time when it was launched, one TBC coin equal to 0.18 euro. One TBC coin then was of the value 0.18, and by the 11th day of November the same year, by the 11th day of November 2016, one TBC equals to 100.6 euro, 100.6 euro. And also, as at December, as at 12th day of March 2017, 12th day of March 2017, one TBC had a value of 3,918 euro, 3,918 euro. And it happens that as at March 31st, 2018, one TBC had a worth of around 3 million euro. I say that again. That is as at 31st day of March 2018, one TBC had a worth which was around 3 million euro, and today its worth is actually over 8 million euros. One TBC today, one TBC coin today is more than 8 million euro, and currently the value of our TBC increases by 1%, to 5% every day, and that is ever since that date, which was 11th of November 2016, and the progression, I mean that percentage in increase of 1 to 5% has been in place up till this date. So addition is that TBC community has registered more than 3,333,000 members altogether up to this date. So more than that is the number of the registered and the verified members in the community of TBC. So all these indicators show that anyone who has invested in TBC today is guaranteed to become a multimillionaire. That is, if the fellow is not even a billionaire come the year 2020. I will take that once again. Whoever that has endeavored to have a form of investment in the community of our TBC will undoubtedly become a multi-millionaire come the year 2020. So with TBC, there is no need to sponsor, or there is no need to build a network. So there is no need for one to sell a product or the other, no need to make fools, and as a matter of fact, we do not need to struggle. So while one is actually asleep, then the fellow have his TBC investment gaining interest every day, and that is actually programmed to give you more and more interest, which is which take place in a very short time, and it amounts to much more than one can actually imagine being possible. So now for you just registering, in case you are a newbie altogether, as relating to the vision mission of our TBC, and that's all together. So understand that when you just register into the community of TBC, and you pay the 22 grain of gold, which is the registration fee, you will receive a gift of our TBC coins, and that is actually in kringles, and what we refer to kringles is are actually the units of the TBC coin. So understand this, that if you actually missed the beginning with the Bitcoin in the year 2009, if you missed the opportunity of a Bitcoin in the year 2009, know that it is most likely that it wasn't your fault, because you were never open to that information as at that time, and what the outcome of will eventually be, and that is what we are seeing right now, and how the Bitcoin price is actually skyrocketing, how the price is rising daily. So you didn't invest into Bitcoin by then, by the year 2009, probably it wasn't your fault. But if you lose the opportunity of a TBC in this 2019, then understand that it is a fault on your side, and a very big fault, because you have actually heard of the information, and you have as well seen the dramatic financial transformation which Bitcoin did to the early adopters of it. That's a very dramatic financial transformation which Bitcoin brought to those who adopted it early, who are able to make investment into it. And as they say, when one is not informed, he will be deformed. I say that once again, when one is not informed, the fellow will get deformed. So here is the opportunity for you as regarding 2019, and that is a TBC. So we advise that you key in into that vision as well. So in addition, TBC, which is the billion coin, and which is also the cryptocurrency of abundance, is aimed to allow us, those of us who are actually the holders right now, to have and to enjoy prosperity come 2020 and beyond, not just only limited to the year 2020 and beyond, and thus, and that way TBC is eradicating poverty away from the surface of the earth by making 1 billion men and women prosperous. And this is the established mission that the founder of TBC, in the person of Chris Kringle, has actually conveyed. That is the vision, that is the mission which he actually propagated. So as explained, we should also understand that poverty is widespread in the world, and we should understand that out of over 7 billion people of the world, it is just only about 300 people that are actually hyper rich, that are very rich. So as concerning that, we should understand that there is no way by which the said 300 people of the world can help the other 7 billion financially, the rest 7 billion population of the world financially. And in addition to that is that even if that is viable, if that can be done, they understand that the the 300 wouldn't do it. So meaning it wouldn't be possible, in that they wouldn't want the rest to have their affluent. They wouldn't want the rest to have their financial status just like they have. So, and we should understand that this is the purpose, this is the very purpose of a TBC, to actually help 1 billion people to become 1,000 millionaires. And if 1 billion people are being helped financially, then we should understand that the rest 6 billion people, then we have their way being liberated away from poverty. And that is mathematical, that is actually logical. 1 billion population being empowered financially. So if 1 billion, and each of the 1 billion, the population of 1 billion should take like a 6, just only 6 of the population, then automatically and mathematically poverty will be totally dealt with on the surface of Earth. So TBC wanted to be the first cryptocurrency to reach the global goal, or rather the goal by 2020, by the year 2020, and that is we having a value of 1 billion euro being equal to 1 TBC, that is 1 TBC coin being equal to a value of 1 billion euro. So God of heaven being on our side, I pray that we shall be able to achieve that, and also we will start to reign in our economy come November 28th this 2019. That is actually against the declaration or the earlier projection of the TBC admin, which was scheduled and announced to be to start from January 1st of 2020. So I actually buy the idea of Mr. Abundance, in that we should set an earlier target. Then when we work towards an earlier target as regarding establishment of our TBC economy, then when things begin to unfold, we get to see how they go then. So there might be certain logistics that need to be put in place for that to be. So as a result of that, I actually totally support the idea of Mr. Abundance, that the very TBC economy should get started by 38th of November 2019. So thus, as this particular junction, the clarion call of a TBC founder and that of admin, in conjunction with Mr. Abundance, is to everyone who actually hears about this vision and mission, is to work towards realization of that economic exchange coming November 30th 2019, and that can be made possible by duplication. Each of us adding 3 verified members within 14 days from now. This is actually a calculation made by Mr. Abundance, and I understood and I believe that he will have done the assignment very well. So he projected that we present in the community of TBC right now should try to duplicate the system by we adding 3 verified members within 14 days from now, and each of the new person also must duplicate themselves within another 14 days. So that way it happens that in 5 months time, then we'll be able to spend 5 million, and that should be an easy task altogether for us. So that will actually be at the end of the broadcast, I mean the message for today. So we need to really ponder on that and work towards that target of 38th of November 2019. So thank you for being part of today's broadcast. Remain blessed and be a blessed millionaires and billionaires. So if if it happens that you are a newcomer or you are not even in the community of TBC, I advise you to join the community. under this very video on YouTube, there is the registration link. So click on it, and then it will take you to the registration page. So enter your information, and when it gets to you paying the registration fee, if you have any difficulty as concerning that, in that you need to pay with a cryptocurrency, either with Bitcoin or Ethereum or Litecoin. So if you have a challenge as concerning that, my contacts are also within that very description field of the video on YouTube, so you can contact me using that. So I will be much willing to assist you. So as I used to say, understand that through the atmosphere of abundance, then TBC is the way. Thank you for staying tuned to this very broadcast. Thank you.